Nadi Shodhana, alternative nostril breathing. So sitting in Sukhasana, and if it gets too uncomfortable, just take your legs out straight. You want to sit up tall and just rest your hands on your knees. And we're going to just do a little bit of centering breath first, and then we'll do the alternative nostril breathing, and then you'll open your eyes again so I can demonstrate the hand position for it. So just sitting up tall, close your eyes. We're going to just settle into our breath, into awareness of the ebb and flow of our breath. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. So with the eyes closed, we're coming away from the external stimulations. And when we're focusing on the breath, just every so often, just have a wee check into the posture, because quite often when we're sitting and we're focusing on the breath, we start to round the shoulders and then start to round your whole spine. So we want to remind ourselves to lift our heart, shoulders back, draw the navel in a little, breathing in, expanding the chest, the ribs, and the belly a little, and then exhaling through the belly, the ribs, and the chest. So you want to breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 4, with a little pause in between the in and the out breath. Equalizing your in and your out breath. Just notice the intricacies of your breath, where you're breathing to in your body, or if one breath is a little bit more easier than the other. And then also notice if your mind starts to wander, and then just simply bring it back. Acknowledge the fact that it's wandered and bring it back to your breath each and every time. In for 4 and out for 4. And then flutter your eyelids open. I'm going to demonstrate a little Nadi Shodhana. Some of you, or most of you, may have practiced this before, alternative nostril breathing. So this is all about the equilibrium of the mind and also the breath, the idas and the pingalas. So the left side, the right side of the brain, trying to equal. So believe it or not, we have 2 parts of the brain, and one is more dominant than the other. So this breath practice tries to equalize the brain patterns. So yeah, if you want to scoot up, Laura, so then we're just going to, there's another, yeah, that's it. Erin, just, there you go, Louise. Just get a little bit more cozy with each other, so if you come up a wee bit there, Kirsty, sorry. Louise, do you want to come in here between Erin and Aileen, yeah? And maybe one more to join us in case they can't late. That's it, right? So we're going to take a hold of your right elbow with your left hand. Okay, so I'm in opposite to you. So your right elbow is held with your left hand. You're going to use, it's called the Nisagra mudra. So all your hand gestures are mudras. So the Nisagra is where the forefinger and the middle finger touches your third eye. Okay, so this is called your third eye, or your eyebrow center. And then your thumb and your ring finger are used to close your right and your left nostril, okay? It may be completely peculiar if you're brand new to this practice, but believe me, the more you do it, it's an amazing breath practice. So Nisagra, 4 fingers and middle finger touching your third eye. Your thumb is going to close your right nostril, and your ring finger, when it comes to it, is going to close your left nostril. So they need to be free, those 2 fingers. So we're going to close our left nostril just to begin the practice, and breathe in and out through the right nostril only. So breathing in and out. Now you may find that your nostril can be quite blocked. I'll grab tissues in case anybody wants to blow their nose. Or you might find that right nostril is
Then close your right nostril with your thumb and release your left nostril and breathe in and out through your left nostril only. Should have done that before. Trying to equal your in and out breath. Okay, so now just take your hand away for a moment. So now we've breathed in through both nostrils singly. So now we're doing the alternative nostril breathing. So again with the Nasagra Mudra, you close your left nostril with your ring finger, breathe in through the right nostril, then close the right nostril, release the left nostril and breathe out through the left nostril. Breathe in through the left nostril, close the left nostril, breathe out through the right nostril. That's one round. Breathe in through the right nostril, close the right, open the left, breathe out. Breathe in through the left nostril, close the left, open the right, breathe out. 2 rounds. Breathe in through the right, close the right, open the left, breathe out. Breathe in, close the left, open the right, breathe out. That's 3. I want you to keep going by yourself. Breathing in through the right, close the right, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, close, release, breathe out. 4. Try the next 2 by yourself. One more time. And once you complete that round, just release your mudra. Bring your back of your hands to your knees with your eyes closed and just check in how you feel. Notice if there's more freedom in your breath. Notice if you're breathing in equally through both nostrils. Breathe into the chest, into the ribs and into the belly. And then exhale. And now you introduce your Ujjayi breath, narrowing the back of the throat. And exhale through the nose. Keep the lock in the back of the throat. So far we've done 3 pranayamas. Samavritti, equal breaths. Nadi Shodhana, alternative nostril breathing. And Ujjayi breath. Now if we had more time, we would probably spend 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes just on pranayama, which will then start to build heat in your body, start to build a lot of warmth around your whole body, so that you can work deeper into your muscles. From here, we're just going to bow our chin into the chest, and then with your nose, you're going to turn your nose round to your right shoulder, and just keep it there at your right shoulder. Now, with your nose twisted to your right shoulder, I want you to lift your nose to the ceiling. Just lift your nose to the ceiling, and then bring your nose back to your shoulder. Circle your nose down to the floor and then over to your left shoulder. Lift your nose to the ceiling and then back to your shoulder. One more time each side. Circle the nose to the floor, to the right, up to the ceiling and down to the shoulder. Circle back to the left, up to the ceiling and down to your shoulder. Rotate the nose back to the floor, flutter your eyelids open and then lift. Release your mudra. Release. So this is Shi Mudra with the forefinger and the thumb to touch, and that's a really good one for concentration and also trying to connect to the pulsations in your body. So sometimes when you're in meditation, it's a really good way to try to remind ourselves to be still. Okay, so shrug the shoulders, circle the shoulders, warming up the shoulder joint. Okay, good. Now I want you to bring your knees all the way up to your chest. So sitting in cross-leg, I want you to point your feet and then bring your knees up to your chest. Now, when your knees are up to your chest, bring your feet close into you. And I want you then to give yourself a big hug. Hug them all the way in, take your chin to your chest, squeeze, big hug. And then release, and as you release, lower the knees to the floor, take your hands into palm fingertips, behind each hip, and then open up the heart. Bring the shoulder blades back. Imagine you're holding a 50-pound note between your two shoulder blades. Lift, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathing in. And as you exhale, lift the knees, point the toes, and hug. Hug the knees in, round your back, chin into your chest. Good, hug, hug, hug. Good. And then one more time, release. Knees to the floor, in Sukhasana, hands behind. Open the chest, squeeze your 50-pound note. Don't let me grab it. Heart is lifted. Beautiful. And then release. Now take your right arm up to the ceiling. Left hand by the floor, and then side stretch open. Now, try not to lift the sit bones away. Keep pressing so that the stretch is in the side into the ribs. And then bend that top arm, like cactus arm. Bend into cactus. And then bring your elbow back. Bring your heart forward and your elbow back. Good. Heart forward, elbow back. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend the arm up and over the head. And then bring it all the way back to center. Other side. Left arm to the ceiling. Right hand on the floor for support. Stretch. Think from your armpit into your waist. Creating space in each of your ribs. Try not to hug into that bottom shoulder. Bring that shoulder blade back and down. That's it. Now bring it into a cactus arm. Bring the elbow back and the heart forward. Rotate the gaze. Look up. That's it. Lovely. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend that top arm all the way up and over. And then bring it back to center. Going to rotate round to the right. Now the arms just rotate and drop them to the floor. So the rotation's in your core, in your center. Sit up tall. Knees out wide. Breathe in. Breathe out all the way through center to the other side. Breathe in. Sit up tall. Breathe out center. Rotate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rotate. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out back to center. Now we're going to warm up our hips a little different than what we normally do. So, I have to turn this way. So, I want you to lean back and lift that right leg away from the floor. So your hands are just hovering away, so you're not using your hands. Okay, so lift your arms away. You're lifting that right leg away from the floor, and then you're going to bring it all the way back into kind of figure 4. Now, once you bring it back, sit that right sit bone back and down. Okay? Then you're going to push that right sit bone away and lift it all the way up to your left hand corner of your mat. And then bring that right sit bone back. Good. Lift it up and then sit it back. Good. It's the hip that's doing the movement. So lift the sit bone. Bring it forward and then bring the sit bone back. Not the torso, the sit bone. Yeah? So lift the hip, lift, lift, lift. And then as a consequence, the torso will move. And then bring it back. One more time. Lift the sit bone. That's it. Good. Rotate. And then bring it back. Now you're going to lift that right leg up, right foot up, the shin. Bring it all the way around. Cross leg, other side. So you're taking the left leg in front. Lift it. Rotate it round. Sit the sit bone down. Take a moment here. Breathe. Sit up tall. Now think into the left hip, the socket. So you're going to push the socket, the hip forward to the right hand corner of your mat and then bring it back down. Good. Lift the sit bone and bring it back. So think, close your eyes, think into the hip. The hip is lifting away from the floor. Bring it forward. Lift, lift, lift the hip. And then bring it back down. 2 more times, stand up, chin. Lift the hip, the sit bone. That's it. Bring it down. Even more. One more. Breathe in. Squeeze. And then bring it back down. Take your time. Okay. Lean back and bring that leg all the way in front.
And then you're going to push, bringing the feet through into your tabletop position. Tabletop. So now warm up the spine, drop the belly button down, our cat-cow. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips, chin in, round the spine. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round. Push the heart up into the spine, chin in to make the tailbone. Good. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Take your time. Bring your knees in. That's it. Good. Inhale. Good. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to neutral, tabletop position. Take the right leg out behind and just take this opportunity to use the toes, use the ball of the feet to rock the body forward and back, coming from the feet. Coming from the feet. So the toes are on the floor and you're just using the heel and the ball of the foot to push the leg forward and back. One more. And then bring that right knee down, left side. Rock the body forward and back using the foot. Heel pushes forward, heel pushes back. That's it. Okay, good. One more. And then bring that down. Just sit back onto your heels and circle your wrist. One way and the other way. And then lift, drop. Flex, open, close. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay. So back to our tabletop position. We're going to take the right leg out behind and then the left leg out behind. So coming into our plank. So let's take a moment to get the technique of our plank correct. So wrists underneath the shoulders. Hips in line with your shoulders, in line with your knees, in line with your ankles. Good. Now, I like a high plank, and what that means is not lifting your hips, but lifting your heart towards the ceiling. Lift your heart. So push your heart into, not these, push your heart into my hands. There you go. Good. So you're using your shoulders even more. So you're protracting your shoulders down. No, you're right, you're right. And then lift the heart up. That's it. Good. Beautiful. So if you find you're dipping your lumbar spine, tuck in your tailbone. Yes. And draw the ribs in. Keep that. Good. Beautiful. Good, 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 good. Keep looking down at the space between your hands. Okay, now I want you to keep your Ujjayi breath and step forward with your hands. Step forward with your hands. So your wrists are now beyond your shoulders, staying in plank, and then take them a little bit further. Good. Draw that navel in a lot. Squeeze the ribs down to the hips. Don't collapse the pelvis. Then take your hands a little bit further. Squeeze the knees, squeeze the thighs, don't collapse the hips. Can we go one more? One more. Good. Squeeze the belly in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now you're going to step back with your hands. Bring them back one at a time. And bring them back again. And bring them back again. And one more. Good. Now from here we're going to do our yoga press down. So elbows hug them in as we lower into chaturanga. Elbows in and then push the floor away. Back up. Four more. Lower, chaturanga, push back up. Good. Keep the shoulders no higher than your hips. Lift, lift, lift. Good. Now go down in one line. Go down in one line into stick. Elbows in, elbows in. Good. Now push up. Squeeze the belly in. Squeeze the belly in. Down. One more. Push, push, push. Good. Now take the arms wider than your mat. Arms wider than your mat. Traditional press up, down. Now if you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. So we're doing our little push down, belly in, push up. Push down, belly in, push up. Three more. Three. If you need to drop the knees, drop the knees. Two. And one. Beautiful. Okay, good. Now bring the hands, stack the shoulders above the wrist. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider than the hips to the edge of your mat. Now take the right hand, but don't lift the right hip. Take the right hand behind your head. Squeeze the belly in. Don't lift those hips. Don't lift those hips. I know. Remember, no class next week. You have a break. So we're going for it tonight. So take the feet as wide as the mat. That's important. You'll see why. Wide. Okay, the right hand behind the head. Now you're going to drop both heels to the left and open the right elbow to the sky. No, elbow to the sky. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Good.
Now rotate back to your plank, one arm plank. Drop your right hand, take the left hand. Then drop both heels to the left, left elbow to the left. Come back to center. Right hand. Ujjayi. Rotate, open, back to center. Right wrist underneath right shoulder, left hand behind. Rotate, left, back to center. Control as you exhale. Inhale, hand behind, rotate. Exhale, back to center. Change hands. Inhale, rotate. Back to center. Change hands. Inhale. Center. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. Back to plank. The very last one. So, we did this last week, now we're adding on to it. So the right leg goes out behind. You lower your chin and your chest to the floor. As you push back up, that right foot drops and the left knee comes in and drop. Push and knee in. Lower. Okay? So, let's try it together. Don't kick any belly. Okay. Chin and chest to the floor. Elbows in like your little chaturanga push up. Bring that foot down. Then the left knee pushes up to the chin. Up to the chin. Lower the left knee. Bend the elbows. Lower the chin. Right leg goes up. Drop the right foot. Lift the left knee. 5 more. 5. Drop. Knee. Good. A wee bit faster. 4. Drop. Knee. Not too high. Keep the hips square. That's it. 2. Keep the hips square. That's it. Elbows in, Kevin. Knee in. And 1. Okay, a wee bit of practice, So we'll change side, we'll try the other side. Have a wee look up. Right, watch the leg behind. The elbows come in, the chin goes down, then it drops to the floor. So it goes from here to here, and then the other knee picks up and down. Lower, in. Okay? Let's give it a whirl. The first one's a practice. Left leg out behind. Left leg out behind. Everybody start on the left leg. Lower, elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Chin to the floor. Bring it back up. Touch that left foot to the floor. That's it. Now lift the right knee to the chin. Good. Go again. 4. Lift the right knee to the chin. Good. Right knee to the chin. That's it. 3. That's it, Laura. Good. Good. 2. Elbows in. That's it, Leanne. And 1. Is everybody warm? Good. So, if you're not familiar with my class, whenever I come to a break, I always do a cardio class. So this is cardio yoga. We're going to do lots of repetitions then, so you know for the next time. Okay? And if you don't, I'm going to do it when you come back. And I have done that. So be familiar. Is that right, babe? So, what was I going to do next? Oh yeah, sorry. So, come back to a plank. Plank, plank, plank. Push the heart up to the ceiling. And then lift the hips up to your downward dog. Lift your hips up to downward dog. Now, you're going to bend both knees in your downward dog. Just walk it out to get familiar with the backs of the legs stretching out. That's it. Keeping the hips up high, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Ujjayi. This is why we did this breath work at the start, just to settle into our bodies. Good. Now come to a static downward dog. Feet hip distance apart. Spreading the hands out wide. Feet hip distance apart. Feet a bit wider, Kevin. That's it. Good. Now rotate your biceps away, so you're creating lots of space between your 2 shoulder blades. Ribs in and your belly in. That's it. Ribs in, belly in. And then bend those knees. That's it. You're going to look up to the front of your mat and you're going to step up to the right foot to the outside edge of your right hand. So your right hand is in line with your shoulders. You're going to step to the outside edge of your right hand. Then you're going to step to the outside edge of your left hand. Bend those knees deeply. Bend those knees deeply. Okay. And a deep squat. So you're going to lower the sit bones to the mat. Elbows and triceps, push the knees open in Malasana. Okay, so we're not going to hold this for too long. We're going to bring the hands back to the floor, lift the hips up, and then step back to your downward dog. Okay? Then the second time you do it, you're going to step up with your left, followed by your right. Lower, inhale, exhale, lift up, step back, downward dog. Keep going, step up, right, left, lower, Malasana. Bend those legs, sink the hips, sink the hips. Hands to the floor, step back. 1, 2. Step up, lower, left, step back. Step up, lower, left, step back. Step up, lower, left, step back. Step up. 3 more. 3, lower, left, step back. 2, don't forget about the elbows to the inner knees. Elbows to the inner knees, that's it, yeah, that's good, step back. 1 more, let's go. Lower, left, step back. Good, rest in downward dog. Thank God for downward dog. And breathe. Reconnect, Ujjayi. Reconnect, Ujjayi. Positively warm. 1 more, breathe in. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. A big step up with your right, followed by your left. Half lift, straighten the spine, have a quick glance, tuck in the tailbone. Good, we worked on this last week, shoulder blades back and down, you okay? Drink some water, Louise. Good, so this is going to get tough. If anybody needs to take a break, child's pose is your friend. Take a drink of water if you need it, at any time. Preferably not because it cools the body down. We want to keep the body warm. But if you need it, please do. Forward fold. Half lift. 1 more. Forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Lift the knees, squeeze the thighs. Hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Set a little Sankalpa. Positive affirmation. Reconnect your Ujjayi breath. Okay, Surya Namaskar and flutter the eyelids open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, 1 trick, plank. Chaturanga. Now if you need to do the modification, bend the knees lower. Upward dog. Transition to downward dog. Or if you need to do the cobra and then transition through plank, downward dog. Take your 5 breaths. Your first in and out breath. Stationing up your hands, your arms, your torso. Ribs in, belly in. And if you find that you tilt, tuck in the tailbone. Lovely, Erin. Beautiful. Breathe in for 3. Out. Breathe in 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Step upright, followed by left. Same inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the knees, squeeze. Extend the mountain, hands to your heart, second side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step back. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Squeeze the tush. Downward dog. Inhale 1. Slow and steady. Ujjayi. Inhale 2. One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Big step up. Left, followed by right. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to your heart. Second round. Inhale. Warming the body up. Exhale, dive forward. Straight spine. Inhale, half lift. Beautiful, Aileen. Exhale, fold. Step back. 1, 2. Plank or half plank. You do you. Chaturanga, elbows in. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Take the first in and out to position your hands and your feet. Toes align with heels. Bend those knees to elongate and lengthen your spine. That's the most important element of downward dog. Try not to round or dip the lumbar spine. Inhale, 4. Inhale, 5. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze, jump or step to the front of your mat. The half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale to your heart. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank and half plank. Dropping the knees to half. Lower elbows in. Squeeze those in. All the way down. Cobra or upward dog. Squeeze the tush, whatever you choose. Back bend. And then transition to downward dog. To help with transitions, when you're moving from one pose to the next, try to think into the area between your belly button and your perineum. So that area, that whole space there, is Uddiyana Bandha, a lock. And this really, really helps to seal in the core, engage, so you're super strong, moving in particular from upward dog to downward dog. So you're not putting too much pressure on the spine. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze, jump or step to the front of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale to your heart. Surya Namaskar B. Some of you may not have done this before, so we'll take the first round super slow. This is intense, so bring your feet and your legs together. Okay. Squeeze the legs together. So you want to imagine these two inner adductor muscles are becoming one. So squeeze them in inner leg muscles together. They have their use. Bend your knees, sit down into your squat. So in Surya Namaskar B, you start with squat. So you sweep your hands down, let them touch the floor like you're lifting water from a river, then reach it up. Inhale. On the exhale, swan dive. Forward fold, half lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back. Same idea as the Surya Namaskar A. Lower the knees or keep the knees lifted. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Squeeze the tush, whichever you choose. Transition. Remember the lock. Uddiyana Bandha. From your belly button to your perineum. Tuck the toes under. Lock, lock, lock. Downward dog. Now this is where it gets sexy. Take the weight to the left foot. Bring the right leg to the ceiling. Now bring that knee forward into your one-legged plank. Step up to the front of your mat and drop the back heel. Warrior one, which we've done in the last two classes. Drag that right hip back, left hip forward, reach the arms to the ceiling. That's your in-breath. Exhale, back down. Step back with the right foot into your plank. Drop the knees or keep the knees lifted. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Squeeze, Uddiyana Bandha. Downward dog. Step to the right foot. Left leg to the ceiling. Take the knee to the nose and step up with your left foot. Drop the right heel. Bring the right hip forward, left hip back. Reach the arms up. Warrior one. Drop the hands to the floor. Step back plank. Vinyasa. Chaturanga. Elbows in. Upward dog. Downward dog. Take 5 breaths. Now if you think that Surya Namaskar B is just too much for tonight, you stick to Surya Namaskar A. One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bend your knees. You're going to jump to the front of your mat. And then rather than doing half lift, you move into a squat again. Squat. Extend it, mountain. Hands to your heart. Second side. Inhale. Squat. A little bit faster this time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, 1, 2, plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog, squeeze. Downward dog. Take the weight to the right foot. Left leg to the ceiling. Step up. Drop the back heel. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping back. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog.
Downward dog. Weight to the left foot, right leg to the ceiling. Step up. Drop the heel. Lift the arms, warrior one. Drop the arms. Step back. Plank. Chaturanga. I know it's hard. Upward dog. Downward dog. Take 5 breaths. Good, amazing. Lots of heavy breathing, so try to reconnect to Ujjayi. It really does help. Slow it down, concentrate. This is not easy, but don't tell yourself that it's hard. Okay? It's shifting the mindset. One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze, jump or step to the front of your mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Then sweep those arms up as if you're lifting water, splash them up. Extend a mountain, hands to your heart. Okay, we'll leave it there, 2 rounds. Now we're going into a squat. So back to our squat, reach the arms up. Now sit down in your comfy chair. Remember those adductors? Squeeze, feet together, legs together. Feet together, legs together. Good. Make sure, have a quick peek down, make sure you can see your 10 toes. You don't want your knees going beyond your toes. Okay, then lift your gaze. Now, if you have the tendency, because everybody's different, to stick out the tush, remember we did this a couple of weeks ago, sexy bum? We don't want we don't want the sexy bum. So stay in your squat. You're staying here forever and ever and ever. Good, fantastic. Okay, now we're going to take the weight to the left foot. We're going to bring the right knee to the chest. Bring it up high. Get your balance. Okay, squeeze it in. So we've been doing this from our tabletop position. Then we're going to take with control that right leg back, trying to steady the left. Keep it lifted, keep bending, 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 bringing the body weight forward, and then at the very last minute, step back with your right foot. Bring your arms up to the ceiling, crescent. Okay, we're going to drop the back knee to the mat, hot pose, bring it back up. Straighten for 5. Straighten the back leg, not the front. 3, keep that front knee bent. 2, and 1. Drop the hands to the floor, and then slide that left foot back into the sky. So one-legged downward dog. Slide it all the way back, up to the ceiling. Good. And then into your one-legged plank. So come in forward into your one-legged plank. Keep that left leg lifted. Good. Now come into upward dog. Lower the hips, keep that left leg lifted. And then from here, shoot that knee to your nose. Knee to your nose. Then back into upward dog. Squeeze the tush. Upward dog. And then bring the left knee to your nose. Bring it back into upward dog. 3 more. 3. Push. 2. Push. 1. Push. Step up with the left foot. Step up with the left foot. Rotate that right heel down. Reach the right arm up and over. Warrior 2. Left knee bent. Rotate your nose. Look at your left knee. Warrior 2. Left side. Good. Connect to the breath. Ujjayi. Have a quick peek at your left knee. Make sure it's over the left ankle. Relax the arms, but not, relax the shoulders, but not the arms. Good. Rotate your nose to the left. Look at your left middle finger. Now I know you want to check out what everybody else is doing. If they're coping as much as you are not. Just think of you. Don't worry about anybody else. It's tempting. Are they dying as much as I am? They are. Everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's struggling. Okay? So don't worry about them. Focus on you. Breathe. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're not doing any tricky dicky, we're doing cardio. So we're going to straighten this left leg, we're going to pivot on the feet, and we're going to pivot the right to the back and bend into that right knee. So warrior 2 on the right side, bend into that right knee. Now, when we bend into the knee, the torso wants to come forward too. Don't allow the torso. So readjust your torso, the upper half of your body, so that your shoulders are stacked above your hips. That's it, good. Right knee is bent, 90 degrees. Sink those hips. We're hanging out for 5 breaths. So, no tricky dicky, but let's work, yeah? Let's get these positions strong and work hard. Now that we're holding the poses, we're not going anywhere. Keep those arms shoulder height. Look round at your right hand. One more. Inhale. And on exhale, start to straighten your right leg. Pivot on your right foot, round to the left. Pivot into the left. And then we're going to straighten the left, Trikonasana. Take the left ribs forward. Both legs are straight, so get them straight first. Take your left ribs forward, rotate round and down. Reach the top hand to the ceiling. Lift the right ribs. Good. Now, look up at your thumb and keep both legs straight. Both legs are straight. If you find you can't keep that front leg straight, then narrow your stance. Narrow your stance. Both legs must be straight in Trikonasana. So we're working on rotation of the torso. Right ribs and hip back. Left ribs forward. Lift the knees, squeeze the thigh muscles. Good. Belly in. Plant the feet into the earth. One more breath. Inhale. And on exhale, take the right ribs and pull the right ribs up to the ceiling. Up and right. Both legs are straight. And then pivot on the feet. Left toes, right toes. Right ribs, right arm. Rotate round and down. Left arm. Look up at your left thumb. Spread your hands out wide. Energy. Out through the fingertips. Beautiful, Kevin. Left ribs. Breathe in and out through the nose. Ujjayi. Left ribs back. Right ribs forward. Gorgeous. Plant the feet. Work from the feet, up through the legs. Try not to grip the bottom leg, just the back of the hand, rest against the leg. Good. Core positionings. Work on alignment, positioning, engagement. One more. Both legs are straight, remember? And then rotate. Left ribs, lifts up, and right. Pivot. Right toes, left toes. Bend into the left. Parsvakonasana. Nice wide stance. If you have narrowed your stance, come to wide again. Left elbow to the thigh, right arm up and over. Then rotate. Look up at your right hand. Rotate, not bringing the neck back. So come back to neutral. Come back to neutral. Neutral. Rotate. No, let me do it. Rotate and up. Okay, so you know what we did at the start? Lifting the chin up. Good. The palm faces down and we look up at the palm. That's it. So in this position, Parsvakonasana, we want from the right middle fingernail all the way to the outside edge of the right foot, one long line. One long line. Okay? We want to bring those right ribs back, right shoulder back, left ribs forward, left hip forward. But keep opening up the knee. Good. Breathe. One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, take the right ribs and lift the right ribs up to the ceiling, up and round. Pivot on the left toes. Left, right. Bend into the right knee. Reach the right ribs. Elbow to the thigh. Top arm up and over. Outside edge. The left foot and the left hand. Good. Reach. Extend. Keep opening up that right knee. Don't collapse. So we're going to test that you're not putting too much weight on that right elbow. Lift the right elbow and extend the right arm forward. Reach me. Nope. To me. To me. To me. Good. Good. Lift. Beautiful. And breathe. Now you're working the legs even more. Open that knee. Don't collapse the knee. Beautiful, Laura. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, rotate. Back to warrior. Pivot. Now we're going to pivot all the way around, take the hands behind, all the way around, so that our left toes are facing the front and our right toes are out 45 degrees. Both hips have rotated around to the front. Parsvakonasana. Hips underneath your shoulders. So we see our reflection, make sure our right hip is forward. Right hip is forward. Narrow your stance, yeah? Good, narrow your stance. So right hip is forward. Right hip is forward, in line with your left hip. Take a hold of your elbows, lift the heart, lift your gaze. Exhale. Forward fold. Hips are square. Tuck the chin in. Spine is long. Same as tabletop. Both legs are straight. Both legs are straight. Yes. Now try to keep your shoulders square. Remember your 50-pound note? Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift. I'm going to lift you. I'm going to lift you. That's it. Now stay here and work this to come back. Yes. Keep that straight. Keep that straight. Good.
Keep nice and lengthen that spine. Hold it there. Beautiful. That's it. Allow me to lift. That's it. Stay there. Big length. Both legs are straight. Even more, Kevin, that left knee. That's it. Good. One more breath. In. And on the exhale, come to standing straight in the torso. Now keep the arms behind, and you're going to pivot all the way around to the back. To the back. Pivot, pivot, pivot. So now the right toes are facing the back of the studio. Your left heel is in line with your right heel. Your left toes are rotated just 45 degrees. The left hip might still be back, so take your left hand and bring it round to the front. So the hips are square underneath the shoulders. Lift the heart on the inhale, and on the exhale, lift both knees, squeeze both knees. Now drive that right heel back as you bring the heart forward into a nice long spine. Shoulders, you don't have to dip too low. Most important element is the hips square and the spine long, so we're not rounding. Good. Hold it down. Tuck in your chin. Tuck in your chin. So nice long here to here. Okay? That's it, Brad. 2 more breaths. Plant the feet. Press the feet. Big toes. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lift the torso, the top half of the body, squeeze the legs, engage the core, and then pivot the feet all the way around to the front. Take your hands, release it to your waist, bend into that left knee. Now start to balance, taking the weight onto the left foot, taking the right leg. Now keep those hips square. We had them square for Parsvattanasana. Keep them square for Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Straighten the left leg if you can, but if you need to keep a little buoyancy, a little bend, that's okay. The right leg goes up behind it. Flex the top foot. So the heels to the ceiling and the toes are to the floor. Keep the hips square. Both legs are straight. Both legs are straight. Warrior 3. Release your hands so that they're now beside your waist or your hips. Palms are facing one another. Good, 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 good. From here, you can either choose fallen tree by lifting the legs, lifting the arms, or coming into a split, standing split. So forward, fold over your left leg. Take your left hand behind your left heel. Slowly bringing your nose to your shin and your right leg to the ceiling. Right leg to the ceiling, standing split. Good. If you need to keep your 2 hands on the floor, keep your 2 hands on the floor. 1 more. Inhale. Keep lifting the top foot to the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. And then on the exhale, slowly bend into that left knee, swooping the right leg to the floor, then bring it up to your nose. Bring it up to your nose. We're doing this again. Now take a hold of your right heel with your 2 hands. Sorry, I'm looking right. So look, you're balancing on your left foot, and you're taking a hold of your heel with your right, or your 2 hands, your right heel with your 2 hands. Okay, now if that's too much, just keep your foot on the floor. Okay, hold it here. Now we're going to slowly extend that right leg all the way out in front, bringing your nose to your shin, and then lift up, release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's it, good. And then release. Sorry, I'm all over the shop. Release, and then straighten. Hold it there for 5. Hold it, extend it, lift, lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Step back. 1, 2. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Good. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, jump or step up to the front of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to your heart. Feet together, legs together, squat. Reach the arms up. Tuck in your tailbone. Lift your beautiful faces. Palms facing one another. Arms shoulder distance. Beautiful. Now squeeze those legs and sink the hips. Sink, sink, sink into your beautiful chair. Tuck in your tailbone. That's it. Good. Sink, sink, sink. And in through the nose. And out through the nose. 1 more. Inhale. exhale, weight to the right foot. Left knee to the chest. Bring it up to the chest. Just the knee. Don't hold on to the foot. We're going to, with control, bring it slowly back. Slow, slow, slow. All the way. With control. Keep those arms lifted. Bend it into the right knee deeply. Reach it to the back of your mat. And then lift the torso up into your crescent. So we want to keep that right knee bent throughout. Right knee bent. We want to strengthen our beautiful quads. Then we bend the left knee to the floor and then straighten. Keep the right knee bent. Bend the left knee and straighten. That's it. Too much with the arms up. Take the hands to the waist. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now bring your hands to the floor. We're stepping back, sliding that right foot back to the ceiling. Sliding it back, reach up to the ceiling. One-legged downward dog. Then keep that leg lifted as you bring your weight forward into a plank. That right leg is just in line with your left, but it's not touching the floor. Good. Now we're going to lower the hips, squeeze the tush into upward dog, and then bring that knee to your nose for 5. Upward dog. 4, 3, shoulders, 2, knee in. Not to the ceiling, guys, just into the plank. Okay, just take a rest for a second because I just want you to check this out. Because we're not moving from here to here, okay? So it's from upward dog to here. Shoot it back out. So it's hover and then bring it back in. So remember at the start of the class we were doing this, okay? And then we also did this. Okay? So that builds and builds and builds. So now we're doing this. Oh, sorry. Upward dog to this. Okay? Let's have a try. Upward dog with just the right leg covered beside the left. Upward dog. So upward dog is where the arms are straight and the pelvis is towards the floor. Good. Now bring that knee. Shoot it in. That's it. And bring it back. Upward dog. That's it. There's a coordination too. 4. Good. That's it, Kevin. You got it now. 3. That's it. Keep going. 2. And 1. Last second. Then take that left foot. Step it up. Or no, sorry, the right foot. Sorry, the right foot. Right foot. And then swoop. Left arm. Right arm. Warrior 2. Now rotate your nose. Look. Check your right knee. Once you're happy with your legs, lift your nose. Look at your right middle fingernail. And breathe. Tuck in your tailbone. Ribs in, belly in. So remember, this is a sequence of holding poses. We're not going to, normally in our flow, we move from one pose to the next pose to the next pose. Although we are doing that, but we're holding these poses. Normally we don't hold them for as long, then. Good. So this gives us an opportunity to really work on our technique, work on our alignment. Good. Engaging the right muscles and breathing. Staying focused. 2 more. See? This is up and this is down. So bring this. Yes. Keep that there. Keep that there. Let your sink. So drag this back. This is what's happening internally. And that forward. Yes, but not too much. Not too much. Good. Good, good, good. That's it. That's better. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, straighten the right. Pivot to your left. So bring the right toes around and then the left toe. Bend into the left knee. Warrior 2. Arms out. Arms out. Rotate the nose, look round at your left middle fingernail. Back leg is straight. So squeeze the thigh muscle. Yes. Outside edge of the foot. Push it into the floor. Good. That helps engage the right leg. The feet are wide. Sink the hips. Lovely position there. Good. Breathe. Now remember the torso. We're not bringing the shoulders forward. We're stacking the shoulders above our hips. 2 more breaths. Good. Good. A bit more. Don't move the legs. Yes. 1 more. Inhale. Keep lifting the arms. You're strengthening the shoulders. You're strengthening the biceps and the triceps. I know it's hard. Stick with your breath. And then start to straighten the left pivot. Toes. Left toes. Right toes. Good. Trikonasana. Both legs are straight. So if you find your legs are too wide in Warrior 2, which is normal, then step up. Now your stance. Straighten your legs and then bring your right arm, right ribs, round and down. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Good. Both legs are straight. Lift the knees. Squeeze the thigh muscles. Good. Four corners of both of your feet. Press them into the earth. Rotating left shoulder, left ribs. Internal intricacies of the body. Good. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Try not to use the mouth. My mouth's working faster than my brain. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, think into the left ribs and help lift you up. Pivot on the feet. Reach the left arm round and down. To the left. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Both legs are straight. So now we're reaching with the left ribs. Reach, reach, reach. And then round and down. So you're working that right hip back. That's it. That's it. Good. Not easy. You can do it. So all these positions is all about correcting alignment. Holding our bodies in a particular way in order to enhance and strengthen our muscles, align our spine, engaging from our feet all the way to the fingertips. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, reach the top arm to the ceiling and bring it round. Good. Bend into that right knee. Pivot on the feet. Parsvakonasana. So widen your stance again if you had shortened it in Trikonasana. This time, if you want to do the full pose, you take the right hand to the outside edge of the right foot, and then the left arm comes up and over the head. You hug the right knee into the right upper arm. Now please, only attempt it if you are keeping the integrity of the pose, which is hips square, shoulders square. Once you bring in this and come back to the knee, okay? So only bring the hand to the floor if you're not taking that left hip, left shoulder forward. Good, that's it. So just keep your elbow on the knee. That's it, elbow on the knee. And look up at your palm. Two more breaths. So the top hand is over the head, that's it. Extreme sideways stretch, looking up at the palm. That's it. So you can hug the shoulder to the ear. Hug the shoulder to the ear. Your top shoulder. See, sometimes when we bring the elbow to the knee then collapses in. So we want to use the legs. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, think into the ribs and the belly to bring you up. Pivot on the feet. Bend into the left. Bend into the left. That's it. And then reach forward. Elbow or hand. Top hand. Up and over. Look up at the palm. Lift the back knee. Right knee. Lift. Squeeze it back. Good. Rotate the right hip back. Right shoulder back. Right ribs. Keep a bend into that left knee. Left knee. That's it, Kevin. Good. So you want depth in your hips. Sink, sink, sink. One more breath. Inhale. And on exhale, think into the belly, into the ribs, rotate all the way back up. Now you're going to pivot quickly, all the way around to the front. Take the left hip with you, hands behind, Parsvakonasana. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart, lift the gaze, inhale, exhale. Drag that right heel back as you fold. Lengthen through the spine, look down at your right big toe. Both legs are straight. Try not to dip those shoulders, bring the shoulders back. Remember our 50-pound note when we were in Sukhasana? Squeeze in our shoulder blades. Both legs are straight. Slow and steady. Good, Louise. Squeeze the shoulder blades. One more. Both legs are straight. Now squeeze the tush, squeeze the belly in, and lift the heart up. Rotate the feet all the way around to the back. Now if you want to do the full pose, so I'm showing you the modified with the arms. The full pose is where you come into your prayer with your hands behind. Inhale, lift the heart, slight back bend.
Exhale, swan dive. Driving the left hip back. Hands in prayer as option. Or holding on to the elbows as option 2. So elbows are prayer. Squeeze. So it's just important so that you know the full pose, and then also there's always modifications. So you do you. Both legs are straight. This time you're driving the right hip back, left hip forward. Lifting both knees, squeezing the thigh muscles, squeezing the chest, squeezing the belly. Everything's engaged in your standing postures, all about strength. One more breath, inhale. And on the exhale, draw the navel in, bring the torso upright, pivot all the way around to the front of your mat. And then you're going to balance, this time on your right leg. So start to bend into that right knee, bringing the torso forward, peeling the left foot away, lifting it up no higher than your hips. And then if you can't, straighten that supporting leg. But if you need to bend, then bend. Good. Try to keep the torso so that the shoulders and the hips are square. It's the same as Parsvattanasana, leads into warrior 3. Good. Now, from here, release the hands by your sides, palm facing into the body. Flex that top foot. Bend deeply into that right knee, and then you're going to swoop that left leg through, bringing the knee to the nose, bring it up to the nose, and then reach down, hold on to the foot. You can stay here. If this is enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, holding on to the heel, you're going to straighten the leg, bringing the shin up to your nose. You're staying folded. That's it, good. Now then you release, straighten the torso, keep the leg lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back plank. Chaturanga, elbows in, half or full. Upward dog or cobra, and then transition into your downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower the knees, cross your feet, bring your sit bones through, and then reach your legs up, Navasana. Bring your legs up, Navasana. That's it, good, 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 good. Reach the arms forward. If it's too much for the legs straight, bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest, Navasana. Holding it there. Squeeze, lift your gaze, look up to the heavens and say a prayer. To whichever God you look after, or he looks after you, or she looks after you. Doesn't matter, just pray. Pray that she shuts her mouth and gets on. Squeeze that belly in. Lift that heart. Lift, lift, lift. So try not to rise. So we're doing all this heart lifting, heart lifting, heart lifting, heart lifting. Now, bring the knees into the chest. Okay. We're going to open the knees. Keep the knees lifted. Keep the feet lifted. Reach down with your peace fingers. Wrap it around your 2 big toes. And then bring your shoulders back. Bring your shoulders back. Lift your heart. We're going to open these legs out wide. A little balance on our sit bones. If it's too much for the legs straight, keep the knees bent. Sit up tall. Heart lifted. Shoulders back. Keep the knees bent. That's okay. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good. Holding it here. Squeeze. Now lean back. Bring the feet together. Bring the feet together. Good. Even with the knees bent. And then release for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. All the way to the mat. Take the knees into the chest. Hold on to the tops of your shins. Rock your body from side to side. So, as you're in rockabye baby position, just hands up anybody who has done shoulder stand before. Hands up. Anybody? Okay, Aileen. Shoulder stand. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. If anybody has any neck issues, you do not absolutely, or shoulder issues, you do not do this position. Neck, shoulders, you opt out, okay? You can do bridge. So we've done bridge, but I want to show you shoulder if you want to give it a whirl, okay? So have a wee pick up at me. So, there's many ways to get into it, and it's all in the core, alright? So, you bring your knees up into the chest,
engage your core, draw your navel in. So like I'm using my core to lift my sit bones away from the floor. And then we lift the legs and start to roll the shoulders back. Bringing your hands together on your lower back. Your little pinky fingers touching one another, so you're supporting. Your elbows is in like you're in chaturanga. It's really hard to do talk at the same time. And then once you're in, your hands are in, you lift your legs and you float your feet. So you bring your toes back and the balls of your feet to the ceiling. Squeezing the legs together. Your hands are pushed into your lower back. Elbows, upper arms are pressed into the floor. Okay, so this is shoulder stance. This is queen pose. Then you're going to take it into halasana. The right toes come to the floor and then the left toes. Then interlace your hands and bring your forearms to the floor. In this position, you can roll your shoulders back even more. As you notice, I am not moving my head or my neck. To come out, bring your hands back, bring your legs up to the ceiling, and with control, knees into the nose, and then slowly roll down. Okay? Keep it. So, if a neck issue or shoulder issue is in the equation, you do not do. You're going to do bridge. So bridge, and you don't have to do this. You don't have to do shoulder if it's not for you, okay? Bring your heels towards your sit bones, and bridge is lifting your pelvis. Then interlace, roll your shoulders. So bridge pose is building you up to shoulder pose, okay? Now, it's in the core. So you use your core to lift the legs up, place the hands on the lower back, shimmy the shoulders, but please, whatever you do in that position, do not try to look at your neighbour or even look to me. Keep your head still, I'll come to you, okay? It's very important because you can creak your neck very badly, okay? Only do it if you want. You don't have to do it. But it's just a nice way to let the blood run from your feet, the blood, down to your heart, so your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Okay, so bring the knees into the chest if you're giving it a whirl, and then use your core, lift your sit bones up, and then place your hands to your lower back, push, push, push. Now dig your elbows in, bring them close to your body like you do in chaturanga. Then use your hands to push into your lower back, don't move your neck, and then straighten the legs. Beautiful, Liam. Hold it there. Now try to flank the feet, toes towards you, balls of the feet to the ceiling. Balls of the feet to the ceiling. Now once you are in shoulder stance, you then take your legs one at a time behind your head towards the floor. You may not reach the floor, but you work in that direction. That's it, Kevin. Good. Good. One at a time, reaching the floor. I didn't show you the ear squeeze pose, but we'll not do that today. Beautiful, Laura. Really well done. And keep those elbows in. Don't allow them to work out. Once you've got your feet to the floor behind your head in halasana, plow pose, you interlace your hands and push your forearms into the floor. Squeezing the shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. And then slowly bring your hands back to your lower back and bring your feet to the ceiling. Bring your feet one at a time to the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze the belly in. Squeeze the tush. You're doing amazing. Good. And then, once there, good. Bring your knees into your chest. Knees into your chest. Take your hands to the floor and then roll down through your spine. So those in bridge, you're rolling from your upper back to your lower back. Good. Amazing. Amazing. That is amazing. First time. Incredible. Okay. Now, if we had more time, you hold the shoulder pose for 10 breaths, 10 in and out breaths. So what it does essentially, it allows the blood to work its way from your feet back to your heart, so your heart doesn't have to work as hard. You're allowing the heart, it's a beautiful pose to do at the very end of the class. It allows your heart to settle down, beat less faster, although it may not feel like that. And then, for those of you who have finished from shoulder or bridge, we're going to do a little counter pose, fish pose. So once you come down, you then, remember cobbler's pose, we take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Then you reach down, and I'm going to just lift my thighs so you can see. You hold on to the juicy part, well, for me anyway, the juicy part of your thighs, okay? And then we dig your elbows into the mat. Your elbows stay on the mat. Your bum stays on the mat. That's it. That's it. So squeeze the shoulder. That's it, Louise. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. That's it, Erin. And the heart is lifted. Good. And breathe. That's it, Mark. Good. One more breath. And then slowly release. So you lift your head, push into the elbows, lift your head back so the back of your head rests against the mat, and then you lower the rest of your spine down. Take your knees into your chest, hold on to the tops, and just rock from side to side. And then if you want to safely roll up through your spine all the way to seated, right, rolling onto your side or holding onto the backs of your knees, rolling up, and then grab your jumpers or wherever you have to. Keep yourself warm. Find your way back into Shavasana. So over the last couple of weeks we've been learning a lot of new poses. Shoulder, 8-limb pose where we were balancing on our arms. Well done. That was a toughie, particularly for the cardio. Well done, Erin. So Erin has, and Laura as well, but Erin has a wee bit more just advanced from beginner's class. So she's joining us now in flow. So well done. It's our first flow class. Bit of a shot to the system. And then bang your way down into Shavasana, into your relaxation. We'll guide you into a nice relaxation, or maybe for some of you a nice deep sleep. Don't be alarmed if I kick you at the end. Only joking. So arms by your side, hands rotated. Close your eyes and come back to your Samavriti, equal breaths. This time you want to lengthen your in and out breath to a count of 8, 10, 12. Settling the heart, settling the pulsations, the vibrations, moving the energy now to a state of relaxation. So simply from our breath, we can shift our energy, shift our mindset. Activation, and now just to let go and relax. Bringing your awareness to the top of your head. Relax the top of your head, the back of your head, sides of your head, forehead. Relax your eyebrows, your eyebrow center, eyelids and eyes, nose, nostrils, cheeks, ears, upper lip, lower lip. Unclench your teeth, remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your chin and your jaw, throat, neck, collarbones, chest, front ribs, side ribs, back ribs, torso, belly, belly button, hips, pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, tops of your feet, big toes, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the soles of your feet, heels, Achilles, calves, backs of your knees, hamstrings, buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax your shoulders, armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, heel of your hands, thumbs, forefingers, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the back of your hands and the palm of your hands. Your whole body relaxed. All your muscles, ligaments, tendons, bones. Slowing your
and move towards the sacred. Be still and let your attention shimmer like leaves in the breeze. Be still and shine the sun off your radiant self, the true self, the one you've always been. Be still and move towards what really matters, what you're really looking for in life. Distractions and the pull of others' demands have led your heart astray to fatigue, emptiness, and a wasteland of self-judgment. Be still and move into truth. Let the ocean of your breath whisper you back to that source your life was born from and where it all returns to. Be still and move into love. Come back to your breath, awareness, sensation, your body breathing. Noticing the parts of your body connected to the floor, and the space that your body takes up on your mat, your studio, your surroundings. And then noticing the signs of your breath and your heartbeat, the vibrations within your body, and then the signs outside of your body. Tune in. And then come back to the awareness of your body and to the hands and your feet. Slowly wiggle up your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and then relax. Relax your hands, relax your feet. And bring your awareness into your core, into your center. And engaging your center a little. Slide your feet, your knees, one at a time, up towards your sit bones. Soles of your feet pressed into the mat as you adjust your spine slowly. And when you're ready, take your knees one at a time into your chest, holding onto the tops of your knees, lengthen your spine, and rock your body from side to side. Come to center and reach your right arm up and over your head. Roll over onto your right side, left hand on the floor. Just stay here for a moment. With your eyes closed and just breathe. Your left hand is just on the floor in front of your heart. And from there, push the floor away with your left hand, coming all the way up into seated. Cross-leg position with your eyes closed and bring your hands together and go up to great feet. Place your warm hands over your eyes and then open them wide. Squeeze them shut open. Squeeze them shut open. Look up, look down, look to the right, to the left. Rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then close them again behind your palms as you bring them together in front of your heart. And take a moment to repeat your Sankapa, your positive affirmation.